Anti-Trigger says, Bird of Prey, remember that according to Lore Reloaded, Riker deserved to be kicked out of Starfleet due to what he did in this film. Yeah, and also, according to Lore Reloaded's video today, Lore Reloaded is broken. The short tracks finally broke Lore Reloaded. He doesn't know he's lost his way because of Ephraim and Dot. Ephraim and Dot was so bad to Lore Reloaded, he has literally lost his faith in Star Trek and canon. He doesn't know what's canon anymore. He feels like somebody who's lost their soul. And I had to tell him, like, Lore, canon's been dead since Star Trek Discovery came out. But Lore wanted to claim Star Trek Discovery was canon, and he wanted to cling to it. But this was the straw that broke Lore Reloaded's back. Figuratively, not literally, but he honestly, he doesn't even know what he wants to do anymore because of just how bad Ephraim and Dot was to him. Ms. Lindell's Bird of Prey, just tell Lore Reloaded that being canon is a big brassy thing that goes boom. And Sci-Fi Bird of Prey, Riker said on screen in TNG that the ship cleans itself. I pointed out to Lore Reloaded last night, but he wasn't trying to hear it. Well, Lore was very, very upset last night. I'm sure I think he's probably still, having some trouble processing things. Because listen, it's a big life-changing moment when you realize that CBS, that the IP holder cannot be trusted to be the keeper of canon, and that it is indeed the public. It's with the public, with the fans, that canon ultimately rests. And yes, that's one of Doomcock's laws of canon, although I've always believed it before I even knew who Doomcock was. The fans get to decide what's canon. And I'm sorry, 99% of the time, when you have a properly functioning company, the fans will agree and give their blessing that the company can make the canon, because most of the time, companies are looking to do right by their product, to do right. Is she back again, Sassy? No, just somebody walking across the street. So most of the time, companies are looking to do right for their product, do right to the consumer, the customer, and everybody can be happy and agree what's canon. But once in a while, we get such a disconnect, like we're getting in 2019 with Star Trek, with Star Wars, with Doctor Who, like we had in 2016 with Ghostbusters, that thank God they came to their senses now here at the end of 2019 and going into 2020. That the fans have to say, no, we are the keepers of canon. We allow you to think you are. We allow you to make these decisions, but we are the ultimate judge and jury. We're the Supreme Court of canon, not you. And we have to just stick together when we see an egregious violation of canon. They're like, no, okay? I don't care what you say, CBS. Spock did not have an adopted sister named Michael Burnham. It didn't happen. There is no such thing as the mycelial network. There is no such thing as spore drive. Section 31 was not Starfleet Black Ops that wore black badges. This shit simply did not happen. Harry Mudd was not a psychopath who was killing people indiscriminately. That doesn't happen. There are no frickin' space whales on an endangered species list. That doesn't happen. None of this shit happens. There's no Klingon time crystals. There's no Red Angel suits. Okay? Sarek can't frickin' do Vulcan Skype. There weren't holograms on Starfleet ships in the early 23rd century. The Shinzu never existed. Okay? None of this shit ever happened. I don't care that CBS decided to pay some idiots to write it. I don't care. They spent millions of dollars making it and producing it and putting it on their shitty network that it's not even a real network. They stream it. F you. It doesn't effing count. We say what counts. That doesn't count. And Spock never said, I like science. And Spock doesn't have space dyslexia. And the power of math, people, it never happened. And Tilly, she might be a very nice person, but she never won a fucking marathon, and she never will in her entire effing life. And nobody knew what the hell the mirror universe was before Kirk got to it. Kirk and Uhura and whoever hell else was with him, I forget offhand, Scotty, they were the first ones in the mirror universe. And Starfleet didn't order a bunch of people to never talk about things, and that's the way that it was going to be. They're just going to order people. There was no sphere with 10,000 years of information. There was no control AI. There was not no AI before the M5 computer that was more powerful than anything they've ever seen. There were no cyborg people. Okay, there were no cyborg people in Starfleet. You can't tell me that you can give that chick a cyborg body, but poor Captain Pike has to be bound in a chair where he can't even talk. He can only say yes or no. No, that's not congruent. That doesn't fit together. None of this is real. None of this is Star Trek. It hasn't been since 2017. But Lore just found that out. Lore was living in a fantasy world for the last 2 years, and it just hit him. So it hit him hard, and I feel bad for him. I really do. But I think he'll be better off once he gets past this. Yosef says blood pressure over 90. Okay. I'm checking the heart rate. Maybe Lauren Bird can share a cell in the loony bin. 98. No, 90. Yeah, 98. Heart rate of 98. Tilly, Cinnabon Bunny, Tilly ate a marathon champion and gained its power. You know, I did think for a little bit that maybe the fact that the mushroom was in her, it gave her super athletic power, but they never did anything to confirm that. Josh Street says time to get Bird into a padded room with Enderman. Richie Poole says all great points, Bird. Thank you. Thank you. Josh Street says Bird's heart rate sounds like a night Frank and Freddie Gope got married. Wow. Wow. And Johnny Marcus says don't mince words, Bird. Tell us what you really think.